Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Sistas. This is season 2, episode 6, and it was titled That Look. Alright, I know y'all be wanting this review on Wednesday, and y'all, I was trying to get it out to y'all yesterday, but my niece signed her paperwork to play for Howard University's Division 1 softball team. So we were out with her at her signing, and then we, did like dinner afterwards. So I was tending to some family business, but here I am today. Now this morning I was like, this rain sounds too good. I ain't fixing to get up and do no review. So I am here right now. And then who called me out? Is it KT Houston? You know who you all called me out. I said, oh, no, he didn't. But here I am, and it should be uploaded before 5 o'clock, so don't come for me again. All right, y'all, let's just jump into this episode. Not too much happened, but it was interesting to say the least. And that ending, I'm kind of upset it ended. Okay, I was ready to see some things. But that's just me. Okay, but anyway, let's just get into it. So it picks up where it left off last week, where Andy leaving the precinct. Child, she is hot. Okay, so she calls Karen up and she like, girl, I am pissed off. She like, what's going on? Well, he gonna talk about he was just jealous or hating because I got hating trying to help him out. He the one in jail, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get him some help. He's just jealous. I'm tired of his jealousy and stuff like that. And he gonna get mad at me. Yeah, it's over. Is it really over? Yeah, it's over. What you mean it's over? She's just going off. And Karen is in the car with Aaron. So she don't really want to give back that same energy because, she already had that whole thing with Aaron back in the past where, she was all rah. So she trying to keep it calm, keep it cute. And she like, Andy like, well, why are you talking to me like that? Because Karen was like real nonchalant with it. Because Andy was like, it's over. And Karen was like, girl, you need more people. I don't believe you. Like, you mad right now. But when you calm down, you going to be calling them up. And it's going to be Gary this, Gary that. She was like, no, for real. I'm serious. Or whatever. She was like, all right, girl. She was like, why are you talking to me like this? She was like, I'm in the car. Oh, he coming? Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you later. So then she hang up with her. So she calls Paris. So then we see Paris is the janitor. So I guess he took over his grandmom's position. Because remember, the grandmom was cleaning up the offices and stuff. So I guess now that's what he's doing. So she called him up, like, what you doing? He like, just, working and stuff. She like, well, you do gay bars? And he like, huh? What? And she like, look, my friend having this thing at this gay bar or whatever like that. You want to come? You got a problem with gay bars and stuff? He was like, well, are you inviting me? She was like, yeah, I'm inviting you. He was like, well, I ain't got no problem. All right, well, be at such and such address. I see you there. So then she hang up on him. And then she like, fuck Gary. So I was just like, okay, Andy, we gonna see if it's F Gary when Gary start calling you because he needs something or whatever. So we gonna see. But anyway, we see Fatima and Zach. They at dinner, child. They got the dry food in front of them, and they got their liquor in front of them. They just talking. So they chatting and stuff, and he all worried because he like, I done messed up the program. And she like, no, it's for I think she said repeat offenders, like if you repeated the same crime or like a felony or something like that. So he was like, oh shit, well, I could have beat the man ass or whatever. She was like, no, then you would have been kicked out of the program. He was like, all right. And so then she was like, well, what's wrong now? Because he was looking worried. And so he was like, well, I know I lost my job. She was like, well, no, just call him up and see what's going on. He was like, nah, I don't want to call. And she like, just call and see. So she talking about some she said something to get him to call. So he calls and he talks to Henry, and Henry basically was like, I guess he was asking him questions like, where was you at? Why you ain't coming? And yada, yada, yada. So he was locked up. She like, don't tell him that. He was like, look, I gotta be honest. So then he told him he was locked up. He was like, no, it's for fighting. And then I guess Henry was like, you still got your job. Just come in and do a double shift. Yada, yada, yada. So he gets off the phone. He fakes like he got fired. But she was like, he was like, no, they said I gotta work a double shift or whatever. She was like, see, look at you. I told you got it or whatever. And so I think she said that she liked them or something. And he was like, oh, you do? I can't hear you. Like, say it a little louder. It's loud up in here or whatever. So she was like, look, I like you and I want to see you win and all this other stuff. So then they ordered some more drinks and then they staring at each other like they about to freak on the goddamn table in the restaurant. I said, Lord, get a room first, okay? Then we see Andy. She at the bar. She the only one in the club other than the bartender's child. She's sitting there waiting. Karen and Aaron arrive, and they introduce and stuff, say hi. Aaron goes over to get them some drinks. And so Cameron like, well, girl, what's going on? Talk to me. And she was like, well, I just realized that Gary is an asshole. Well, what made you realize that? Well, his jealousy, at first I thought it was real cute and stuff, but then I started to realize, like, that is a red flag. That is some male masculinity, like toxic masculinity. What she say? What else she say? So he's a mama's boy. Like, she was going in on him or whatever. So she was like, oh, okay, so you sure it's over, whatever. And Andy was like, yeah, Paris supposed to be Paris. Paris. And so she was like, she was like, yeah, he coming, we gonna have a good time and stuff. She was like, all right, girl, don't move too fast. I was like, Karen, then you just break up with Zach, and then you was talking to some man at the grocery store, and now you dating him. Girl, shut up. So I was like, how you gonna tell her not to move fast, and you moving? Girl, be quiet. So then did Danny come in? Oh no, yeah, Danny came in, and no, Danny and Bree came in. They came in together because they took the Uber or whatever. So not Bree. Danny is sulking still because she's still upset that Preston ain't call her back, child. So she been calling him all day. He still ain't returned the phone call. And for real, I hope he don't. But we already know he will. But I just hope he don't. Bree like, tell him what's going on, because they was like, what's wrong with you, girl? Why you pouting and stuff? And they was like, Bree was like, tell him what's going on. Danny like, no, I don't want to say nothing. And Bree like, well, it's kind of her fault. Preston ain't calling her back. And they was like, what happened? So Bree tells them how she was handcuffed and everything. And they was like, I thought you liked that kind of kink, girl. She was like, yeah, but he started saying something and it just went left. And she was like, well, what did he say? So Bree like, well, he was like, come here, girl, beg me, girl. I was like, that is not how he said it, but whatever. So they like, oh, hell no. That's a no for me, dog. So Danny was like, well, see, I knew I wasn't wrong. I knew I wasn't wrong, whatever. And they was like, well, what did you say? She was like, well, I don't know what I said. I said something about some Rosa Parks and all this other stuff. And he was like, girl. So Aaron came over with some tequila or something like that. They drinking the tequila. Danny fussing about the tequila. Bree like, girl, it's free. Drink that shit and be quiet. And then here go Danny, because misery loves company. She want to rain on Karen and Aaron's happy time, because they smiling and looking all lovey and stuff like that. And here go Danny. Well, what about Zach? Is Zach in jail? Is he still in jail? Is he still locked up? Karen like, girl, everybody uncomfortable. She like, well, do you know if he's still locked up? Because the last time I saw him, he was locked up. Like, is he coming here? You better not be pulling no tricks or nothing like that. She was like, no, he ain't coming here. I don't know nothing. So I was just like, ugh. And then we had Maurice's apartment with Calvin there and stuff like that. And these scenes I could have really did without, because they was just pointless to me. But I don't know. Was they pointless to y'all? But Calvin there waiting for Maurice. Of course, Maurice taking his sweet time, because he like, you can't rush beauty and yada, yada, yada. He want to get dressed. No, Calvin was telling him to get dressed. Like, get dressed, okay? Like, come on, we gotta go. He was like, all right, let me have this last drink or whatever. So they had some wine. And then Calvin ended up trying to ask Maurice, like, can he stay there, basically. He beating around the bush. Well, how many bedrooms you got up in here? How many you looking for a roommate? How much you paying rent and stuff? I was just like, is he trying to ask him to move in? And that's exactly what he was doing, because he said that he had some money saved up, but his dad's ain't have insurance, so he had to pay the dad's medical bills and stuff like that. So that added up, that ate into his money and stuff. So now he looking to be a roommate. Of course, Maurice, he like, I can't have you up in here, girl, because I don't know what my body gonna do. I might not be able to stop my body from wanting you and stuff, and I might have to go in there and get a little piece. I was just like, Maurice, really? Like, no, whatever. So and then Maurice go into all these noises he be making, child. I did not, that was too much for me. And then the neighbor banging on the wall or something, like, be quiet and stuff. And He like, see, that lonely bitch, she always jealous and stuff. She always knocking on the door, on the wall and stuff. Ain't never had no man, ain't never had no dick, ain't never had no nothing. And so Calvin was like, look, you right. Maybe I don't need to live in here with you because I don't need to hear them noises and yada, yada, yada. And then Calvin started doing noises. And I said, I don't know. I didn't, child. So, just, why? Just why? And so, what else happened, child? I think that was pretty much it. No, Maurice did say he was going to think about Calvin moving in. And he pretty much probably going to let Calvin move in because he like Calvin. They cool and stuff. And then he going to want to see Calvin in them little drawers walking around the apartment because you know Calvin going to be walking around them little drawers in the apartment. Back at the bar, the bartender come over. You know, the same one they always show. I don't know if we ever learned his name, but you know, the little cute white guy. He come over there and he asking, have they seen Calvin? Because like the party for Maurice, where the hell Calvin at? They keep talking about this long ass line, but ain't nobody in the thing. And I was like, okay, well maybe quarantine had to have the extras stay away for a little bit because the bar was so empty. But so what's the child name? Bree was like, oh yeah, they come in, Calvin picking up Maurice and yada yada yada. So Danny see this guy walk past. She was like, well, who that? And the bartender was like, oh, that's James. Oh, James. He cute or whatever. And he was like, yeah, everybody want James. And she was like, oh yeah, I bet everybody do. And so he was like, well, James is single. You know, it's a bunch of single guys working in a gay bar. And I've heard of that too because the gay bars tip better. I'm sorry, y'all. The dang on postman doing like a slow drive-by up to my house. I'm like, what in the world? It had took me off guard. What was I saying? Oh, so that doesn't surprise me that it's straight guys working in the gay bar because that does happen. They do tend to work in the gay bars and stuff like that because, like I said, the tips is better and it's not like a whole bunch of drama. Well, it can be drama, but it's less like drama in the gay bars than it is in the regular bars and stuff like that as far as with the men and stuff because the women get more notice in the regular bars than the guys do. So I've heard because I've heard from bartenders and stuff like that. But at any rate, let's fast forward to here. So she like, oh, he's straight. Oh, let me go over here to the bar and stuff like that and give me a little drinky drink. Come on, bro, you got some money? I said, damn, why she still ain't got no money? What in the world? So she go over there to the bar and stuff like that. They at the table, Andy, Bree, Aaron, and Karen. They at the table and stuff like that. They flirting and not Andy. What's that? I can't ever remember their name. Karen and Aaron are flirting. So they flirting and whatever. They looking real cute. They smiling and stuff. Andy like, get a rum. So then Andy and them want to order shots and stuff. And Aaron, at first Karen was like, no, I don't need no shot. I just had some water, some soda, something like that. And they was like, what? You ain't drinking? And so that's when Aaron tells them that she don't want to drink because I don't want to drink, but she can drink. I'll just have a soda. It's okay. And he tells them that he's in recovery. So Andy like, recovery? But you in a bar? And Aaron like, look, I got this under control. I'm good. I'm strong, you know, and stuff like that. I'm not going to be drinking and yada, yada, yada. So Andy pulled Karen to the side and was like, girl, you ain't telling me you was with some man that was in recovery. Karen like, girl, I know I got a lot to tell you. Yeah, you got a lot to tell. I know I got a lot to tell you, girl. I got a lot to tell you. It's okay. So the bartender came over with some shots and whatever. Danny, she at the bar, she flirting with James. She trying to unbutton her shirt. I said, oh, desperate much? But she just doing that at the thing. That's when James told her about the tips. Calvin, like this part we really didn't need to see because it didn't even line up with the timeline for real. But Calvin and Maurice in the car, and Maurice basically telling Calvin about waist trainers, and Calvin act like he don't know what a waist trainer is. And I was kind of with Maurice. How you wear all these lacy panties and you know all about this female stuff, but you don't know about no waist trainer? Calvin, you need more people. So then the next scene, we see Maurice, he all dialed up. So I was like, that ain't even flow right. They could at least had him coming in while Danny was at the bar. But why? We just saw him in the car 2 seconds ago. But whatever. This Tyler Perry. So he come into the thing. He looked real cute. His hair was all laid and stuff. He had on this like little tight dress with his little bosoms out. I mean, them bosoms was big. They was like voluptuous. And he had the thigh out. I said, okay, extravaganza. So Maurice get up there. She start talking about what she said. So what did Maurice say? I'm trying to think. Something about thank you for everybody that sent me stuff, and for all y'all bitches who ain't sent me a card or some flowers. Y'all could have sent some, yo cheap bastards, and all this other stuff. And then they got real serious, like this last incident that happened made me realize that I can't remember. It was basically about discrimination against, you know, black people, gay people, all this other stuff, the killings, murdering, judging. And then he was like, he realized that he wasn't the problem, that the people are the problem who be doing all this discrimination and judging and all this other stuff. And he gave credit to people who fought back in the day for gay rights, black rights, everything basically. And then Bree, of course, she was crying. I said, Lord, somebody get her a tissue. And then Maurice was like, look, enough of this old boo-hoo-hoo and shit. Push the tables to the back. Let's get partying. One for all for one. Let's get it popping or whatever. And then Maurice started showing some thigh and whatnot. And then they started dancing and whatnot. So then we see Fatima and Zach. They was outside and Zach trying to see if she's sober enough to drive or whatever. And she like, yeah, I'm good. You know, I ain't even tipsy. I ain't even buzzing. And he was like, ooh, that tells me a lot. She was like, what? Because you can hold your liquor. And she was like, yeah, I used to throw it back in college and stuff. And so then they started talking. He didn't really want to say that he had no place to really go. Because she was like, well, let me drop you off, you know, home. And he was like, well, no, I'll walk. She was like, well, let me guess. You were staying with her, and now you don't have no place to go. And he was like, well, I got somewhere to go. I'm staying with a friend. She was like, well, let me drop you off there. He was like, no, it's close. I'm good. So she was just like, look, you can come to my place. We can have a couple drinks and stuff. And he was like, look, you want to smash and stuff. And she was like, no, I just want to take you back to my house, and we could just chill. He was like, well, I want to smash or something, he said. And then she was like, look, we ain't doing that. I got 2 bedrooms. You take it or leave it. He was like, well, I'm going to take it. Let me open up the door for you, girl. So he go open up the door for her. We back in the club. Everybody dancing. Everybody having a good ass time. Danny come over. She ready to go. Bree like, you ain't going, girl. We just got here. We rode together. I was like, but y'all was in a car share. So she could technically leave. But whatever. So of course, all the girls was like, no, don't go. Stay partying and stuff. Let's get some more shots. Andy looked like she toe up. Prince like, you sure you want some more shots? She was like, look, I'm grown. I need another shot. Let's get some more shots. So they go over there. Aaron like, is she okay? She good? Karen was like, yeah, she good. Don't worry about her. We got her. He was like, that's good that y'all got each other and stuff. And then they look at each other with the googly eyes and whatnot. We see Bree. She over there dancing with Calvin. Then Bree brought up the fact that he said that he loved her. And she was like, well, do you mean you love me? Or like, you love me? Like, and he was like, I mean, I love you and stuff. I love the way you look. I love the way you feel. I love the way you taste. I said, oh, okay. So she was saying like she not ready to, you know, say she loves him back. And he was like, well, no rush and nothing like that. Just know that I love you. So they kissed and then they was dancing. I was just like, ooh, she ruined it, because you know how I breathe, child. But they dancing and stuff. Andy dancing with Paris. Paris getting hard. He ready to fuck, okay? So she like, you ready to go? He was like, yeah, I mean, let's get up out of here. So she tried to leave. Karen like, because she was like, well, girl, I'm about to leave. She was like, leave? Where you going? She was like, we about to leave. She was like, oh, no, that's not what you're going to do. Come on over here and let me talk to you. Oh, and by the way, I think I forgot to tell you, Paris and Aaron, they know each other. They play basketball and stuff like that. So while Karen and Andy going over there to talk, Paris and Aaron is over there looking at them talking and stuff, and then they chatting it up and stuff. So Karen like, girl, where is you going? Like, you is drunk. Like, you don't need to be going over there with him. Karen like, not Karen, Andy like, girl, I am grown. We about to go. We about to look. I need to get over Gary. I need to get me some. And Karen like, girl, you sure? Like, you just met this man. You don't need to be going off with him like that. Just stay here with us and stuff. Where you going anyway? Andy like, I think he got a house. I'm going to his house. Karen like, oh my God, girl, are you sure? Yes, I am grown. Let me be. So Karen was like, all right, whatever. Go on, get your groove back. So Andy go grab Paris, and then she basically drug his ass out the club. I said, damn, she act like she ain't had nothing. But so she drug him out. Andy saying bye to Extravaganza, Maurice, and then Maurice goes over and talks to Danny. Danny sitting in the corner sulking and stuff. And of course they had their banter because they really don't like each other. But I was cracking up. I was just like, because they had me cracking up at that scene where what he said, come dance with this heifer. James, get over here and dance with this heifer. I was cracking up. It was just the way he said it. I was like, damn, he had to do that to her. But anyway, he paired them two up. So James and Danny dancing. Danny was looking like she was all scared. I was like, but you was just over there at the bar about to show me your titties. Girl, stop. What else happened, child? Oh, and then when Maurice finished hooking them up, he like, look, just send me some dick pictures later, okay? I was just like, Lord. But while they was dancing, that's what it was. When James and Danny was dancing, did y'all see that girl in the back giving them the stare like, I was like, oh, she look like she about to ask them to join for a threesome. If y'all ain't seen, y'all gotta go back and watch the way she was looking like, yes. I said, is you about to tap him on the shoulder and ask, can you get down? I was like, ooh, child. Anyway, we with Fatima and Zach. So they flirting heavy. Okay. Fatima got the wine. She got the Henny. She knew she was doing with that Henny. She got the Henny. He over there at the dining room table talking about something. He don't know if he can come over there. I said, Zach, stop. So he get over there. They start talking. He started telling them how he met Karen and how she was basically holding him down. He was a hobo and he, you know, he ain't had nowhere to go. So she took him in. She helped him get a job. She helped him pay, like she helped him do a lot of stuff. Like she was just taking in the sick and shut in and was helping his ass out. And then he was just like, because Fatima had said something like motivating, like you got a lot of potential, you can do this and that. He was like, oh wow, I ain't never had no woman talk to me like that. She was like, your girl ain't never talked to you like that. He was like, no, she always had a gift for making me feel like shit or whatever. So Fatima was like, oh damn, well, I think this program gonna help you out a lot and stuff. So then they start doing all this. He finished his Henny up. And then what happened? He finished his Henny up. Oh, he was like, well, I gotta go to bed. And he was like, well, which room is mine? And so she was like, well, that room over there and stuff. So then she act like she was trying to get back. I said, girl, you could have, child, she knew what she was doing with that big old booty. So she tried to squeeze her ass past him. You know how they be doing in the club when you standing there and it's all this space. But that person got to, excuse me, all up on your ass and shit. Get the fuck off of me. That's how Fatima did that. So she tried, you gonna let me get by? And so all of a sudden they start kissing, child. He like, you sure you want this? She was like, yeah. And so, child, they was on the couch, and I was like, okay, let's get it. Okay, this is a sex scene I like to see. Now let's go. Like, let's just come on. Not so much Zach, you know, because you already seen Zach chiseled and stuff. But let Fatima show her big ass and a big titty. Like, let her be free. Because on that couch, she already had her titties out. I said, girl, we see your bra and everything. But they getting on the couch, child. He lifted her. I said, he's strong because he lifted up her big ass and then put up on the wall. And then she was moaning like she already had the dick in her. And then it went off. I said, the fuck? I was like, was that the end? Like, y'all, for real, I really rewinded. And it was like, was that really the end of the episode? But that was the end of the episode. For some reason, my DVR ain't show me what's happening next week, so I don't know what's happening next week, so I'll be surprised, okay? Anyway, y'all let me know how y'all felt about this episode that came on, and y'all let me know if y'all like this review recap by hitting that thumbs up button. And then if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all, until next time, peace.